Welcome to the Kim Sunshine Show with your host, Kim Sunshine, your perpetual business owner who loves to talk to local business owners. And now, here's Kim.
All right. Hi, and welcome to the Kim Sunshine Show. I am Kim Sunshine, your perpetual business owner, and I love talking to local businesses all about their business. And today I'm with Karolina Guilcapi. Guilcapi.
Got it.
Guilcapi. Okay, I feel so good. So tell me a little bit about what you do, because you're like traveling all over the world and you're taking people.
Yes, I just came back for a week just to meet with you.
Oh, this is so wonderful. I feel so good. This makes my day. So where were you?
I was in Peru. We were doing a research project down the Amazon jungle. So.
A research okay, so you have to go check out the things
so when
that
a
you
new
do.
luxury boat opens or something new is happening, I go down to check it out. I'm invited on board and just to see what my clients will experience. That way I can come home and sell it.
That's so nice. How cool is that? So you were down in Peru. What was the most memorable food that you had in Peru?
So we did a lot of ceviche, which is when
ceviche.
You know ceviche?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So
good.
Explain for some
So
people don't know what a
when you
ceviche
take
is.
raw fish and you cook it with some kind of
Acid.
So we use lime in Peru and some peppers. So it's beautiful. And I brought my 11-year-old daughter with me. So she was doing the ceviche, making pisco sours, which is the Peruvian drink. Like they treated her like a full-on luxury client. It was great.
That's wonderful. So ceviche, now I hear about ceviche that you have to eat it within 4 hours or something like that. So this is not something that you make in advance and conserve later. You have to make it fresh that day. So if someone is serving you ceviche, it's because they really love you. Because they did not prepare it in advance.
That's right.
And you really can't buy it somewhere else and then serve it. It
and
has to be like
big
a homemade.
In South America, there's actually a fight between Ecuador and Peru who makes the best ceviche. So it's kind of a fun topic.
So
it's like politics. Don't bring it up.
Wait, do you have a recipe?
For sure.
That you want to share?
Oh my gosh! I can for sure link
do you know it off the head, off the top of the mind?
You have to have a beautiful white fish.
White fish.
You have to have some peppers, preferably Peruvian peppers. You have
like a spicy pepper, red pepper, green pepper.
They're tiny. They have a little kick to them, but they're nothing that's going to hurt.
Okay.
And you chop it up real small. And then a red onion, of course, and lots of lime, which is called tiger's milk in Peru.
That's what they call it, the tiger's milk?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
so
how cool is that?
You mix it all together, present it with some some crispy chips or something, and it's ready to go.
And how long do you leave it marinate to cook it?
From the time when we made it and ate it, 10 minutes later. So you let it sit no more than 5 minutes. It cooks
this fast.
Really quickly.
It goes that quick.
The secret is cutting the fish into same size cubes, so they all cook at the same time.
Okay, this is the secret. See, here we are. So if you've not had ceviche and you'd like to learn how to make it, take a trip to Peru, and you can give Karolina. I'm trying to roll my R's. Listen, I'm not good at it. Karolina a call. So you're doing these tours in different places. So what are some of the places that you've recently been to or
Sade
booked some
Adventures,
tours?
we specialize in Latin America. That's kind of the heart of the company from Mexico through Central America and all of South America. Galapagos being the #1 destination for the last 12 months. I don't know what happened. People woke up and everybody wants to go see a giant turtle. So
is there a giant turtle there?
Giant turtles.
How big are the turtles?
I mean, if allowed, my child can ride it easily.
That's what I was going to say. Are they doing turtle rides down the street? Like, that is a long ride.
The beautiful thing.
Your 4-hour excursion is going 1 block on this turtle.
The great thing about Galapagos is the animals have no fear. There are no predators, so they are not scared of you. So you sit amongst sea lions. Birds will land all over you. That's the beautiful part. Like, you can have for photographers, it's a dream.
So what about the food? Okay, so I always go back. I'm a foodie. I love food from different places. So what is a memorable food from the Galapagos Islands that you remember?
Galapagos is all about fruit and vegetables. Everything's very fresh, very local. Of course, seafood is wonderful. But what I love about Galapagos is that they grow their own cacao beans. So they make
cacao?
They
chocolate.
make their own chocolate.
We're getting chocolate
and coffee.
Coffee. Oh my gosh!
We do all the excursions for our clients, but then we'll take them to meet some local people. And there's this adorable little grandpa that runs this big coffee plantation. Yes. And he takes you on, and you grind the coffee with him, and you have a whole
Oh,
experience.
how cool is that? Because fresh ground coffee. So he's got the roasting. So he's growing, and you're seeing the little plants.
All the big,
machines.
equipment. Yeah.
Oh, how
really
cool
fun.
is that? So
Really
that's
fun.
an excursion for a coffee
That's
lover
what we're trying to
or a
do.
trip. So now that is something that is included in the trips that you do.
What I do is I build every trip from scratch. So the way it works is clients come to me and kind of have an idea of what they want to do, maybe have dates or somewhere on a map that they want to go. Maybe they don't know anything about it.
So you would help them with a dart
So
to
then,
throw the dart
exactly.
at South
then
America.
we dream together. What are your expectations? What did you like on your last trip? Kind of so I can pull ideas from them, and I build the trip from scratch for them, all the logistics, so they don't have to worry about transportation, having a local guide, all the permits we pre-purchase, the cruises, everything is taken care of for them, but with enough free time so there's flexibility to have fun, to meet locals,
Sure.
So we just like to sprinkle in some delicious experiences because sated adventures, you have to come home sated. So even if they're not foodies, I want to make sure they eat well. So
Sure.
we do some fun things.
So how do they prepare coffee in the Galapagos Islands? I have to know because I like my coffee and I've been to different places. So if you go to European countries, you're getting an espresso, which is very nice.
Yeah.
And the way to have a good espresso is the cream on the top is what determines the good espresso.
That's right.
But I know when I was in the islands on Jamaica, they put like an evaporated milk in because of the lack of refrigeration. So you're getting
Black
the
coffee
cream.
is the way to go.
Oh, all black?
Yeah. Usually when I travel, I drink black coffee because you never know where the milk is coming from or if it's available.
Okay, what are the options? Like, what are the options? Cows or goats? So goat milk's not bad. We eat the goat. Oh, you want a coffee? I'll be right back.
Full service.
That would be an
adventures.
interesting excursion there. So now, are those considered excursions when somebody goes to an island? So each one of those little adventures would be
For sure.
a different excursion.
Yeah. So they can either book a cruise, which every day they get off the boat twice a day to do excursions, or on 3 of the islands there are actual little villages with hotels. So sometimes we do island hopping where they stay in hotels and we have a day yacht and we have guides to take them along on all the it depends what the clients
So
want.
do you go, like if it's a group, do you usually go with?
If it's a group, sure. I'm leading a group next week to Argentina and Brazil, but most of the clients are what we call in the industry FITs, which means it's a private trip.
They're fit.
Yeah, they're
FIT.
everybody's fit.
Fine individual travel, right?
Yeah, so it's mostly private. But yes, I travel more to inspect ahead of time so that there's no surprises.
Like your most recent trip.
Like
what
the
a
trip last
dream
week.
job. That must be
It's
so
still
fun.
a job. Majority of the time, I'm behind a computer, but happens to be a computer somewhere on a beach, in Thailand, but
Right.
still working.
So what's one of the most, okay, so I want to hear 2 stories. The first one I'd like to hear is the great story. What's one of the most exciting, unique adventures that you have, tried out for your clients and that you found to be wonderful?
So I've always specialized in Latin America, but people will go to, Peru, then Argentina, and then they want something else. And then I was losing those clients. So about 8 years ago, I really started digging deeper into Africa and Southeast Asia. So of course, it meant going there. So for one of my birthdays, my husband and I went to South Africa so we can inspect a ton of lodges, do a lot of safaris, do things like that. And a elephant ruined my trip.
No, what happened with the
elephant? It was
elephant?
like a domino effect because it was my birthday, and so one of my friends hooked me up with the sanctuary, and I was gonna ride this elephant, and just a beautiful experience.
You need a big ladder to get up on it. How do you get on an elephant?
And of
Like,
course,
is that a
they
big
chose
ladder?
the largest elephant. There was a platform to get on him.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the elephant has to walk up to the platform. Okay.
Yeah. And so as we're going into the jungle with this elephant, he goes rogue. Like, he does not want to come back to the sanctuary. I'm, holding on for dear life.
Oh, my gosh.
He went so far that by the time we got back, we missed our flight, and the rest of the trip was like domino effect, everything.
No,
So
everything
I still blame
goes
that
with
elephant.
That elephant was bad. Well, that was my next question. What was the one excursion that? Okay, so now do you book that for people still today
Oh
if
my
they
gosh,
want to go?
for sure.
Yeah.
They go, but we never have a flight afterwards.
But we always
They go
make sure
back
there's
and
sun.
have wine afterwards.
So what was the name of your elephant, just in case?
Timba or something like
Timba.
that?
So if you go to South Africa, what state were you in there?
It
or
was
city?
so you fly into Kruger National Park, and that's where the sanctuary.
So if you meet Timba there, just know he may make you late for dinner.
That's right. That's right. It's crazy.
He's the one he loved you. He didn't want the date to end.
Yeah. Let's look at the bright side. My sister-in-law calls me a Disney princess because I have all these weird animal experiences. So perhaps in a different lifetime.
Well, if we're gonna have a weird experience, let's let it be with an animal instead of a person.
I got a fleece from a monkey once. I mean, things happen.
You got fleas from a monkey? Oh,
yes,
no.
I was on a trail, and it was near the lodge, and I think the lodge feeds the monkeys, so the monkeys come and are aware that people are there. And it was so excited, it came and went under my shirt.
Oh, no.
Like, it was an adorable monkey.
Right.
But when it left, it left friends.
Oh, no.
So, I mean, just crazy things happen.
So you just got to shower off. It wasn't a bad
wasn't
infestation
no,
of.
no.
Oh, okay.
Things happen.
Things happen. Okay, so these are the good stories.
These are the memorable
the
stories.
memorable stories. So okay. So what's one of your most memorable stories from a customer? Then I do have another.
From a customer.
Yep, that they told a good story, something
sure,
that.
Of course. I mean, I love kind of living vicariously through clients.
Sure.
And I love the clients who it's the husband or the boyfriend planning the trip, and he's planning to propose. So it's just fantastic to make that come together. So in Costa Rica, there were some beautiful experiences that we did. We set up. They did an adventure where they were rafting and ziplining and doing all that.
Ziplining is so
stuff.
much fun.
So much fun. We ziplined right before we got married, my husband and I.
You did?
Yeah, before we said I do, we ziplined.
So you wore the dress
No,
on the
no,
zip line.
no,
That
no.
would have been fun. Like that
Actually, that would have
harness,
been-
that
yes.
harness, but the dress flowing back there would have just been beautiful. Or even just the veil.
Yeah, we're going to have to
in
do
the
that.
wind.
We do that on our 20th
They probably
anniversary.
wouldn't let you in case it would get caught.
I know. My
you know
God,
what I
I'm
mean?
choking.
Like, hey, we want this photo shoot. Hold. We're living on the edge. We want the beautiful photo.
Yeah, so for these clients, after they did all this adventure and they're like covered in mud and not, sexy at all, they come around the bend and we set up the most luxurious picnic, white glove service, candles, everything, and he proposed there. I'm like, I get goosebumps thinking about it. I have the photo of it. It's just absolutely
and
amazing.
She's covered in mud.
She's covered
Were
in
her
mud,
nails
but she
done?
said yes.
But she said, was she mad? Like she?
No.
Oh,
Hey, if she's already ziplining and doing all that stuff, she's the type.
But
of
was
girl
her
who likes
nails?
it.
Were her nails done at least? Like the pictures, like
The photo shoot came later.
Oh, okay. Well, how fun is that?
Yeah,
That's
it's
exciting.
really great. We make dreams come true, no matter how cheesy that sounds. It really is.
No, it's good.
I always try to, no matter what the client's budget is. Sometimes, I have clients who say, "Here's $90,000. Send me somewhere."
Yes.
And then there's somebody who has $6,000 and they've been saving forever, and it's just as important. So I try to really put myself in their shoes for every trip so that it's special regardless
So a
of what
couple
we're-
could go somewhere wonderful on $6,000.
Sure, yeah,
Okay.
especially in Central America, Mexico, we have so many awesome things we can
Sure.
do.
Did you guys hear that?
Yay.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so now tell me one of the things that as you went to go test this past week, or how long were you there in Peru?
For a week.
For a week. Okay, so you went to Peru for a week to test out this boat. Tell me about one that you would not recommend. And don't give me the name, but just tell me the experience that you would not recommend. What was something that happened that you would say,
Sure. So it's not that I wouldn't recommend it to everyone. It's just some people are not made for the jungle. So perhaps I wouldn't recommend that destination to a client. Why? Because bugs. There will be bugs. It doesn't matter what luxury boat you're on. I woke up with a massive cricket in my hair on a luxury boat.
No.
We forgot to keep the filter running in our private plunge pool on the boat, and when we woke up, it was a bug infestation in there. So you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Some people who are very sensitive to things like that are not going to be happy, I've been to the jungle many times, and the first time I ever went, I showered with a tarantula in my shower. So if you're not
Okay,
quieter
yeah,
person,
these are all taken.
perhaps we should go to a nice beach resort instead.
It's perhaps not the jungle.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, there's so many beautiful things in the jungle that kind of balance it all for you.
So I went ziplining one time in Jamaica, and it was a wonderful zip line. And it was long. We were way up above the canopy, and you could see all the trees. But the problem was they had a big surprise on the zip line, and it was 100-foot straight down. Like, they didn't tell us that was going to happen. And that was a little bit of a different zip line, because zip line, you're hooking on, you're going, you're not going straight down, like to your end. So I'm there with my kids, and my daughter was so scared. Her knees were shaking. I am scared to death, but I couldn't let it show. Like, I did not want to have my daughter have a panic attack as we're going straight down. Now that I've done it once, I don't know that it would scare me so much, but that was, you're looking straight down and there's no other way off the platform. They're like, you can't go back because all the lines are hitting this way and it's the only way down. So I thought that was a little awful that they did that. It was a big surprise.
Well,
so that,
exactly. I love surprises, but I think surprises don't belong in travel.
No.
Especially when you're paying top dollar for the experience, you should have some sort of expectation.
Yes.
So if someone has a fear of heights or just that adrenaline rush, is not for everyone. We like to go through it. So I'm really big into communicating with the client. So besides the planning stage, before they leave, I open up their itinerary, open up YouTube, and I make them a YouTube video of the whole trip that they're going on. This is what you should expect. This is what you should pack. Hey, I did this. This is what worked for me. Bring these shoes, It's a personal experience because I'm not trying to make a sale. I'm trying to gain a client.
Right.
So to me, it's all about the relationship. And again, if I was on the other side paying that amount of money, I'm expecting top service.
Top service. Everybody should have one of these luxury trips at least once in their life.
For sure.
Karolina, I so appreciate you being on the show today. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the audience?
Yeah, so besides all the amazing trips that we do, I do love to be involved here in our small,
local
beautiful
community.
town.
I love it here.
Yes, and we do a lot of events, but the one event that's coming up, and I would love to invite everybody, is on April 6th.
This will probably air after that.
Okay, we will tell you all about it after that.
So tell us what's going on now in case
so we're doing a storytelling event where we're gonna but we do travel trivia, we do all kinds of book exchanges.
So where do you do these events?
At local businesses, because I like to also support the local businesses. So we do it at the winery, we do it at Sunbros Cafe. So we'll pick different.
Okay, so now these are your clients getting together, or potential clients, prospects, and any other person.
And I have gained many clients through that, again, because I'm not selling.
Right.
If you're a good salesperson, you're actually never selling.
Right.
Because
you're making relationships.
You're making relationships, and that is the core of State Adventures.
So if somebody comes to your website, are they going to find out this information, or should they come talk to you or find your Facebook page?
And we just redid our website, so it's quite beautiful. I'm very proud of it. So you'll see all the destinations on the website. Kind of get a little black book is on there, which is my kind of inspiration blog, just for you to kind of get ideas of where to go and what's possible out there, because you never know.
Sure.
So
sure, people have not done it.
Yeah, and you can contact, of course, us through all the social media and of course, the website.
So it is, what's the name? How do I say it? Because it's like adventure. It's like Sated Ventures.
Sated Ventures.
Because I'm like, adventures, sat adventures, SAT adventures, Sated Ventures.
Completely satisfied.
So where's this word come from?
It's just, I have always had
completely satisfied.
Yeah, I've always had a love affair with food. So I wanted it to be incorporated into the company. I want people to experience food through a culinary anthropology experience.
I love it. So now we were talking, and you're Polish.
I am. I'm from Poland originally.
Originally from Poland. So, but your English is so amazing.
I was 10 years old when I came to Brooklyn, New York. So I gained a bunch of accents from there.
No, you have a beautiful accent. It does not sound New York accent at all. It doesn't.
Yeah. So, and then we came, I married a man from Ecuador. So we're United Nations at our house. We cover it all. And we have two
I bet
daughters.
you have good food.
And good food, that's right.
Because Polish, I grew up in Pittsburgh, and we have a huge Polish influence in my city, and the food is just amazing. The
Can't
pierogies and kielbasi.
Oh, you should see us at Christmas. My mom makes like hundreds of pierogies. Like every counter is covered.
Yes.
People know my mom is the pierogi queen. So I hope one day to carry the baton.
Carry the mantle for mom. That's awesome. Well, I love that you're here in Palm Coast. I found that this is paradise for me.
Sure.
I've lived all up and down the East Coast, and there's just nowhere as beautiful as Palm Coast.
Yeah.
Well, I like that we're not a big city.
Yeah. Well, we live where people come to vacation. I mean, that's just the perfect explanation of why we're here and we're happy.
Exactly. Sure. You and I could talk for hours all day.
I've
had such a good time. I'm so glad you got to come on this show today.
Thank you very much.
And I know that you are going to be hugely successful. And if you ever have an opening on one of those, let's go test it out trips. I'd love to go. My passport's ready.
I love it.
Thank you for listening to the Kim Sunshine Show. Here's hope your days are sunshine filled.